Look at this. The students respect each other. The students respect one another. The students respect themselves. These three, do they mean the same thing, or is there any difference between them? In this video, we want to learn something. Let us start with these two: each other and one another. These two words are called reciprocal pronouns. They are used when there is a reciprocal relationship. In other words, when one directs an action to another person and the person reciprocates by directing the action back to you. That is called a reciprocal relationship, in which case these two words are used. Now listen, in modern English, in contemporary English, there is no difference between these two words. They mean the same thing and can be used interchangeably. However, traditionally, before now, each other was used when it involves two persons, and one another was used when it involved more than two persons. But in modern English, both each other and one another mean exactly the same thing and can be used for two or more persons. Okay? Now let's come to themselves. Themselves is not a reciprocal pronoun. Rather, it is a reflexive pronoun. It is used when the action involved is directed towards the person carrying out the action. Do you understand? Okay, let's explain further. Assuming that these are the students and these are the students. Here we have the students respect themselves, and here the students respect each other on one another. What does it mean to say the students respect each other on one another? It means that C respect D and D respect C. D respect A and A respect D. A respect B and B respect A. B respect C and C respect B. So the action of respect is directed towards the next person and the person reciprocates by directing it back to you. Then you say the students respect each other on one another. But here, the students respect themselves simply means C respects him or herself, B respects him or herself, A respects him or herself, and D respects him or herself. Here, the action is not directed to the next person. Rather, it is directed back to oneself. Okay? Now, here we have two questions. One says, Efemena and Ogenemaru greeted blank. A, each other. B, themselves. C, one another. D, both A and C are correct. Now, let's look at the option. Option A says each other, which means Efemena greeted Maru and Maru greeted Efemena in return, which is normal. B says themselves. Themselves mean each one greeted him or herself. Efemena couldn't have greeted herself and Ogenemaru couldn't have greeted himself. So this is wrong and option B is incorrect. Option C says one another. It means the same thing with option A. So which means Efemena greeted Ogenemaru and Ogenemaru greeted Efemena. So since both are correct, then option D, which says both A and C are correct, becomes the answer. Now let's look at question 2, which says all the students enjoy blank during the holiday. The options remain the same. So you do this. What is the correct answer to this question? Kindly put it in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching.